Astu. Vayamidanim karyakramam arabhamahe. So far we have been speaking a lot of Samskrita. Right? So some of you who are new to Samskritam or who learned Samskritam but not so much Samskritam that you could follow everything which was said, that's okay. No problem. So our introduction to our Patashala, Gita Samskrita Patashala, started the classes here in Jericho, our house, in 2013. So it's like 13 years done. So it is our inauguration for the new year of classes starting next week. So what is the purpose of Patashala? Obviously, to share the knowledge of Samskritam, and through Samskritam share and remind our Samskruti and Sanatana Dharma through Samskritam, through Bhagavad Gita. We have 6 classes, 2 classes, beginner classes, 1 class where you start from scratch, like E alphabets, because kids born in USA or elsewhere, they may not know how to write Devanagari, they may not know in Indian language well. Even adults may not know how to read and write. For their benefit, we have a beginner class called Samskrita Parichaya, Introduction to Samskrita. Then we have Samskrita Pravesha, actual entry. That is for those who know how to read and write Devanagari and know one Indian language well, but no Samskrita, entry level. Then we have 2 main language courses, Gita Sopanam 1 and Gita Sopanam 2. Then Gita Vyakarana. Then finally, we have the Gita Adhyayanam class, which is studying Bhagavad Gita with Shankaram Bhashyam. That's both in Sanskrit and English. So everybody is welcome to join that. It's every Saturday, 8:30 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time. These are the classes. Why the name Gita Samskrita Patashala? Why Bhagavad Gita? Why Samskritam is the obvious question. So we are learning Samskritam through Gita, because to learn a language, you need words, you need sentences, you need examples. What better source you have than Bhagavad Gita? So we learn Samskritam step by step using the words, shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. So you're learning Samskritam through Gita. And then once you have the knowledge, you learn Bhagavad Gita through Samskritam. Okay, that is fine. But why Samskritam? Many people think, Samskritam is the ancient language. Thousands of years back, it was a language of India. Why now? And why Samskritam? I would say, why not? Samskritam is the language which was used in Vedas. So Vedas and Upanishads, part of Vedas, and all our literature, historical epics, Mahabharatam, Ramayanam, Srimad Bhagavat, all the Puranas, everything is in Samskritam. Why so? Because Vedas are apaurusheyaha. They are not literature. They are the truth. Our rishis were seekers of truth. Just like scientists today are seekers of truth. A scientist conducts an experiment and finds day after day new facts based on experiment, rationality, logic. We call that science. Then that is shared. There is specialized science, right? Physics, chemistry, like that. And they share that. through literature, publishing, books. We study that. Our rishis were like that. But what were they studying? Not just a partial look at, physical part or, kids. No, they were looking at the whole existence. Right. So human beings always existed, and so long as always in the sense ever since life formed and human beings came into existence. Ever since human beings came into existence, the mind, human mind, became powerful. And once the human mind is powerful, there will be happiness and unhappiness, right, through the life. So happiness and sorrow. And people want happiness. Who doesn't want happiness? And we don't want sorrow. So this has always been a challenge. Don't think that only now we have all this happiness and 5,000 years back, it was a golden age. Everybody was happy. No. Human being is a human being. So challenge. So our rishis focused on the whole existence, not just the physical material aspects. So they went deep into the question of who am I? Why am I happy sometimes? Why am I sad sometimes? Why? Is there a way I can be happy? And they did not stop at superficial verbal inquiry using the mind. They questioned even the mind itself. That is the biggest difference between our rishis and modern psychology or philosophers. Fundamental difference. So a psychologist or a modern philosopher looks at the universe from his particular point of view, using his mind, his intellect. Our rishis have realized even the very mind, the intellect which we use to do inquiry, what is that? Is that free from bias? Is that pure? Perhaps that itself is the source of problem. So they did not leave anything unquestioned. So the approach of rishis, ancient times, was to question everything, including the person who is questioning. Whole thing, whole existence. We take things for granted. Nobody questions I, like my mind. Oh, I am, my name, our thoughts, we give so much value to our, thoughts and our physical achievements. So rishis did not take that for granted. They went into that too. And they did see the truth. They did understand the whole existence in totality. No subject object. No subject a scientist observing, examining an object. No. The subject also is part of this inquiry. Ultimate. So that resulted in Upanishads. Upanishads are that part of Vedas where the whole wisdom is captured in shlokas in Sanskrit. So that is the wisdom. But how? That's why it is apaurushaya. Why? What does that mean? It is not created by a human being. It does not mean that there is some superpower sitting in the sky and he wrote all those Vedas, Upanishads, and gave to us. No, they are essence of the existence, ultimate truth, which the rishis have seen, have been that they put in suktas. So what the fact, the truth as seen by the rishis, drashtaraha, that's why they're called seers. They are not authors or writers of Vedas. So Vedas are apurushayas, they are truth. And Upanishads, that is the cream, essence of the wisdom, ultimate wisdom. And that wisdom, which is in Upanishads, was again summarized in Brahma Sutras. But even that is a little harder. So how to make it easy for everybody to understand that? It is not easy. So Bhagavad Gita is the very summary essence of all those Upanishads. Upanishadam Saraha. So through Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna took that opportunity to teach us, pass us that wisdom by teaching Arjuna. That is all in Samskritam. Why Samskritam? Samskritam perhaps is the only language which has the ability to express things which cannot be expressed easily. Every language is developed based on the culture of a country, the society, the needs of the society. So the modern societies, all the other languages, do not have words for those things. Atman, Atma, Dharmaha, Sanatana Dharma, Dharmaha, what is Dharma? English word may be duty, Atman, soul. No, they are not at all the right words. Akashaha means sky. No, Akasha is all pervading space. Even space is not the right word. Everything that is there is Akasha, all pervading. So only Samskritam words are capable of capturing or communicating those things which cannot be easily communicated with other languages. That is not because the other languages are bad or inferior. Just the societies in which those languages developed did not need that, because people are more materialistic. So people are caught in material things. I am the body. I have to achieve my mind. I am this mind and body. So how do I grow? Meaning, how do I accumulate more and more money, bigger house, bigger car, right? So the chase is after those things. So the language also will be accordingly developed. But the ancient, the days of the Vedic age, people have done that. People have done that. Swarna Yuga, we were perhaps the richest nation in the world those days, most advanced. Ancient India has achieved that, but realized that is not the ultimate thing. That only is perhaps the source of even unhappiness. So this wisdom which is passed to us through Bhagavad Gita is in Samskritam. So if you learn Samskritam, everything which is in Samskritam, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Kavyas, Ramayana, Mahabharatam, even simple Prarthana shlokas that we learn, or Subhashitas, everything is in Samskritam. So everything which is in Samskritam teaches us to be true human beings, to understand what we are, Sanatana Dharma. Right? So why we should understand Sanatana Dharma today? Is it relevant today? It has never been more relevant than today. So we see that, right? So all over the world, it is what is going on. There is chasing after self, so-called self growth, or selfish, self-centered activity. Every person for himself, every society for itself, every country for itself, right? So then there is obviously conflict, violence, conflict in the name of country patriotism, in the name of religion, in the name of belief. There was never a time where you saw more violence and more division in the world than today. So we need our Samskriti, the wisdom which is in Upanishads, which very unequivocally, clearly says that we are all one, which is a fact. Right? Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyatsu avinashyantam yo pashyati sapashyati. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu. In all human beings, in all life, samam, same, tishtantam parameshwaram. You may call Parameshwara, you may call call him God, call him Parameshwara, Parabrahma, a name doesn't matter. That which is the same in every life form, samam sarveshu bhuteshu. Bhutam means being, life, not just human being, even animals. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram yo pashyati sapashyati. A person, we may say, I am seeing, I see very well, I have 20 by 20 vision. No, if you can't see the fact that we are all the same, we may look different. The human body may look different, short, tall, black, white, handsome, not so handsome, all those things. But they're all physical body. But what makes us what we are? We know we are not just the body. So what makes us truly we are is Parameshwara, Brahman. So whatever is common to all of us, because of which I am able to speak now, you are able to listen to me. What gives me this ability to speak to you? What gives you this ability to listen to me? What is that? It is the same thing. I don't have any special power to speak. You don't have any special power to listen. It is the same power in all of us, because of which we are here now. I am speaking, you are listening to me. I am seeing, you are seeing me. What gives us that ability? What is that? Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. That is the same thing. You see the electrical bulb here, it is giving light. This bulb is different from the other bulb. But the light, what is giving this bulb the ability to emit light? What is giving the other bulb to emit light? What is giving the fan ability to rotate and give us air? It is the same electricity. You may say this fan is different from the bulb. One fan is different from another fan. This fan is more powerful than the other fan. But that doesn't make the fan and bulb different. They don't have the power. The real power, the electricity, you can't see that. Where is electricity? You can't see it. So you cannot deny its existence, and so there is no electricity. There are only fans. So the bigger the fan, the powerful. No. Similarly, it is that. So that is the ultimate wisdom. So today's requirement, today, to live peacefully, happily. And what kind of happiness we want? We don't want the happiness just for myself today, this moment. If you have that kind of happiness, you are happy today, tomorrow you're unhappy, because we depend on things to be happy, depend on physical things, personal things, which we have created the world, right? Me, my thing. In the mind you have created, so dhyayato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bhijayate. So since we think that I am this body, I am Raghu, this person, I am different from somebody else. So then once I have this structure, psychological structure, then I identify myself with these things. Then I have attachment. If anything happens that, my son, my daughter, or my bank money, I don't have money, or I lost job, then I'm depressed, I'm gone, I'm, just depressed and sad. I get more money, I'm happy. Or my son I relate because that son, that body I produced. So he is mine. If he is happy, I'm happy. If he's unhappy. So dhyanam. So we created this. So Bhagavad Gita says as it is. If you really understand Bhagavad Gita, you don't need to study anything else. So dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pachayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vichayate. So desire. Where does the desire start from? It starts from this identification, dhyanam. So kamayesha krodhayesha rajoguna samudbhavaha. So why do we do that? Why do we do that? Rajogunaha. So rishis have gone so deep into everything, very rationally understood and explained. Why do we then, if that is that simple, then why do we do this day after day? If that is that simple, then everybody should become a rishi and peaceful, right? No, that's what Arjuna asks. So knowing this, why people get attached and get into anger and so, sadness. Then Krishna explains, Kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna samudbhavaha. So it is because of the rajoguna which is inherent in us. So once we understand this, then we can go to the next sattva guna, be free from that. So bottom line is our Sanatana Dharma is that. Sanatana Dharma is not just puja rituals, they're important, they're good. But it's Sanatana Dharma is not just rituals and puja, it's a lot more than that. It is a way of life, a way of existence, a way in which every life form, every human being, irrespective of their beliefs, lives together as one family, as one kutumba, right? So that is the essence, that is the core truth of our wisdom. Anything we learn in Samskritam is that only. Then what about the language Samskritam? Why, it is, all that is great, but it's very difficult. Is it? It is not at all difficult. Perhaps in Sanskrit is the easiest language to learn. Why? Because it is well structured. It is almost like mathematics, well structured. So people, we're all very logical. So by learning some words, you have learned a lot of words, right? So just say if you take one dhatu, kru dhatu, you have learned, it's 1,000 words using, prefixes and suffixes. So it is purely object oriented. So it's much easier to learn Samskritam. English, it is really hard. People compare with English. It is very easy to learn English, very difficult to learn Samskritam. Nothing is far from truth than that. We have spent all our life to learn Samskritam. We don't realize that because English doesn't have that kind of structure. It's a beautiful language. It is, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. It is sweet. It has its strengths, but it doesn't have the way it is developed doesn't have the structure. So you are forced to learn everything word by word. So we spend all our life. We don't realize it. Kindergarten, LKG, UKG, XKG, ZKG, so many KGs. And after that, all our schooling at college. And even now, keep learning. So we spend millions and billions of hours to learn English. When it comes to Samskritam, what is the comparison? We don't want to spend even 2 hours in a week and then say that Samskritam is hard, English is easy, right? It is like spending $1 billion and saying that, I can't spend $1,000. $1,000 is very expensive. I don't mind spending millions of billions of dollars. So there is no fair comparison. Samskritam is easy to learn because the way it is structured. In fact, it is so nicely structured. Today, all of us hear this word, AI, Gen AI is the buzzword. The whole world is now talking about it and adopting it, artificial intelligence, right? And why we're investing so much in AI, why it is so difficult because English, we have to fit, and English is not susceptible to logic and computing. So we have to really spend. Just imagine, in place of English, if Sanskrit was the language, then we would have spent a fraction of the investment what we have today. Because Sanskrit is the most tuned to computers, is as logical as a computer design, very easy to logically program. Then the question is, oh yeah, that sounds nice. Then why Samskritam is not the language of the world today? If that is so, if Samskritam is really so good and so good for computing modern age, then why not Samskritam? Because English is the most popular language. Samskritam is not. Then why so? Why so? We know the answer. Who is the most successful person? Who will be the most popular person? Which is the most successful society? Those who are ambitious, who have the drive, achieve. And a person who understands, who is complete in himself, he won't have the ambition. He is not the best person. He will not be the president of a country, prime minister, or a leader, right? Such a person. So in any country, any society, at any time, people who will be leading, who will take prominence, are not the best people, are not the best human beings. In fact, the opposite in many cases. People who are selfish, who are ambitious, are the people who become leaders. So it is, human society is driven by ambition and self-centeredness. So that so whatever they adapt is the thing. So language also same way. So English was the language of the powerful people who went, who occupied most of the world. So that became the language. So simple. It is not that there was a competition. There was an international competition of languages, and people looked at all the languages and decided, oh, English is better than Sanskrit. Let us adopt English. No, it is not like that. That's not how human beings behave. That's not how we do that. Right. So that's the reason. Not because Sanskritam really, we would be in a much better place, both even materially also, if we had Sanskritam. So Sanskritam is easy to learn, and really good, both for okay, all that is good. Wisdom is good. This structure is good. Then how will it? What is the practical use for me? Is the question, right? We are all very smart people. The question is, okay, all that is fine. All that is Vedanta. Bottom line, we want a bottom line. What is in it for me? If I learn Sanskritam, what do I get as a student? Yeah, you get. It is scientifically proven that those who speak Samskritam or chant Samskritam, a scientific research was conducted on Veda Pandits, like our Mahadeva Sharma, Srinath Sharma, who have been chanting Vedas all their life for a long time, and their brains were scanned and compared with other brains which are really it was seen that scientific, it's not, I'm not making it up, it is research. They've seen that the brains are really the most powerful, the memory power, the ability, the cognitive power, intelligence. The brain really becomes very powerful when you chant Samskritam, when you speak Samskritam or chant shlokas or stotras. We know that by experience when we chant Purusha Suktam or Vishnu Sahasranama, how better we feel that, the energy, why, where is that coming from? Is it a simple belief or is it science? It is science. Why? Because to speak a Samskritam word, a Samskritam alphabet, you have to use the entire nervous system, right? The whole body. We think that, I'm strong means what? It is not the muscle and bones. It is the nerves. right? If I'm speaking, it is the nerves which are really, carrying that energy, and I'm able to speak. So to speak Samskritam, the letters are formed in such a way. To speak a Sanskritam letter, you have to use the entire nervous system, the full mouth, the entire organ, tongue, the mouth, So it is an exercise of the whole body, all nervous system. So the nervous system gets energized, the entire nervous system. So you feel naturally, there is that effect. So it improves you mentally. The students, kids, children who chant shlokas, you'll have better memory. Your intelligence really improves. So you will do better. You will shine in whether you do math, whatever you do, you will do better. Right? Okay, that is one thing. Okay, that is for children, and even for adults too. We need that too, right? All that is fine. Then what is in it for me as an adult? Okay, yeah, even as an adult, you will do your job better, right? You'll perform better, not only because of the just language and the nervous system getting energized, even mentally. When you are clear, particularly studying Gita, studying Samskritam, and understand that what you are, what you are seeking, is that you understand the fact. Oh, I'm seeking this. I should not be okay. Okay, you achieve something at work, you're very happy. You don't achieve, you're sad. If you have this clarity that happiness, sadness, both are simple viewpoints of the mind, they are not facts. It may be difficult to understand what I'm saying right now, but bottom line is that if we really learn Sanskritam and understand the Samskriti Sanatana Dharma through Gita and all that, in our day-to-day life, we'll be, I won't say free from sorrow, we'll be able to deal with sorrow stronger, positive, wherever we are. Whether you are teaching Sanskritam, you are working, IT company, finance company, whatever you do, you are a businessman, we'll be better human beings, happier, and everybody around us will be happy. What more you want? So that is the power of understanding Sanatana Dharma. And sorry, it has been a very long thing, but I thought that is really important. So that is the reason why we learn Bhagavad Gita. That is the reason why we learn Samskritam, to be better human beings, both in terms of mental faculty. So we do better in whatever we do. Plus, we live with ananda, happiness, true happiness. And everybody around us who we interact with also will be happy. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhave. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is what we chant every occasion. So we are not talking about happiness for me, my family. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Everybody. Because I cannot be happy if others are unhappy. No, it's not possible. We may think it is, it's not. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. That's why the message of Bhagavad Gita is universal. And Bhagavan Krishna is Jagat Guru, is universal teacher. It is not about a religion. No, it's much more than that. Astu.